to my extended family, brothers, and sisters. My name is Vogel Denise Newsom, and I'm a community activist, civil rights activist. We want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to stop by our social forum and visit with us today. We know you could have done something else, but thank goodness for your curiosity or your interest, just wanting to stop by and check us out. Let me give you a little bit of my background. I was raised in a small town in Mississippi called Utica. That's about 25 miles southwest of Jackson, the capital of Mississippi. My father is a preacher, and when we were coming up, he had this saying that there will be no dropouts. In other words, you were not going to drop out of school and live up under his roof. If you dropped out, you had to get out. He said you will finish high school if you lived under his roof. After high school, if you decide to get or further your education, he said you would have to take care of yourself. So I was very thankful that our parents allowed us to participate in sports. So I took up what's known as track and field. I was determined to be one of Utica, Mississippi's fastest athletes. I was also determined to get out of Mississippi. So I ran my way out. When I say ran my way out, on a full track and field scholarship. I was also determined to go what's called black. What do you mean black? To African American or black educational institution. I received a full track and field scholarship at Mississippi Valley State University in Itta Bena, Mississippi. I went there for 2 years. After 2 years, I then transferred to Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, Florida, where I obtained my BS degree. And I also like the slogan, if you don't hear the rattle, you will feel the bite. 10 or 15 years, I've been doing paralegal work, working in the legal profession, and within those years, working for prominent white law firms. Yes. Rather than just sitting up there typing up those pleadings, I sat up there, as they said, and educated myself in the law. Why? Because I believe knowledge is powerful, knowledge is key. It's so important for us to know what our rights are. In fact, I'm reminded of a scripture called, in 1 Timothy 1:8b, that the law is good if a man use it lawfully. But not only that, in Hosea, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. So I just want to make sure that when I got my education, that they were putting it in me right. I didn't want white controlled or white inputted information where they probably wanted me to think I was second class. No, I never in my life thought I was second class. And my parents didn't raise me to think that I was second class to any other race. I have never wanted to be any other race than African American. That's how I identify myself. Yes, as an African American. I know people may have some differences with that term, but this is what I call myself and identify myself with. I have never been ashamed of the color of my skin, and neither have I ever wanted to be white. I am just so proud and thankful of the color of my skin. On our website, we also are looking forward to pulling off the hoods off the Klan. You know, these cowards that like to hide behind these sheets and hoods? Yes, cowards. That's what they are. If they have to hide and like to come out, as they say, at night, those are cowards. So we're here to pull, on our social forums, we're here to pull off the hoods. But not only that, we like to put faces so that you can identify and relate. Because we find that people are fearful of those things they cannot see. And so this is why you have organizations or groups called the Ku Klux Klan that like to hide behind these hoods and what have you. Because they're cowards. They're fearful. They know that if they expose or come out, that people wouldn't be afraid of them. And this is how they rule and govern up under this despotism government we are now currently operating up under. And on our social forums and websites, we address that despotism, terrorist government regime that the United States of America is presently operating up under. But not only that, we like to keep out on the forefront who's behind the scenes pulling and running this government. Did you know at one time there was a Black Wall Street? Yes. We actually had what was known as a Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Greenwood Avenue. And what happened? People such as the Ku Klux Klan bombed it in 1921. And on that day, about 3,000, 4,000 of our people died. Did you know that there was a plot out there to put the blacks, African Americans, back in chains? Yes, that's reality. And that's just how stupid they think we are to allow that we're just going to actually just sit around and just let them put us back in chains. This is the reason why. If you all follow history, whatever, for instance, Medgar Evers, then there was a president in the White House by the name of John F. Kennedy. And from my understanding, John F. Kennedy, when he got into the White House, he wasn't going for this foolishness. And he said that he was going to expose the plot to put us back in chains. But before he leaves that high and noble office, it was going to be his duty to expose that. 7 days later, guess what happened? Yes, they had him assassinated. And then if you know history, Malcolm X, then Martin Luther King. Notice for a period of 50 years, nothing's happened since then. Well, the thing is, it's because they have this plan again to put us back in chains. These people are real. They're terrorists, and they need to be exposed. So on our website, we like to keep them out there just like this. See, just like their law firm, Baker, Donelson, Bearman, Caldwell, Berkowitz. That's the way we keep them on our social forum, because we like to put a face. We don't want to be sitting out here talking about these phantom groups like the Illuminati and all that, another coward group, secret organizations. Let's put some faces to these people. Because when you're dealing with the international community or the public, they want to know who's actually back there behind the scenes doing what. So on our website, that's just what we do. Look at what these terrorists do. This is all they know about bombing. They did Black Wall Street in Philadelphia. They bombed that. This is what they did. The 9/11 attacks. Yes, right here. From the research I did, such law firms as Baker, Donelson, Bearman, Caldwell, and Berkowitz, it appears, planned, organized, and carried out the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center. So when you talk about things like that, you have to look at who's actually controlling the government. Because when you're talking about a despotism government, this is like a small group of people or organization that's controlling and running the government. Have you noticed, for instance, the line of presidents, Bush, Clinton, Bush, then they threw Obama up in there, who from research says he's related to the Bushes and the Clintons. So they knew who they were putting in there. They did not put an African. Do you think they put an African American in there like this? Like these men here? No. No. They made sure they put what they call an interracial person. Half white or black, whatever they want to say. Because they could not, and they knew they couldn't put an African American in there. And this is why I'm out here sharing this information with people. Because I want the information put in here to be the truth. We are not here to sugarcoat or play patty cake with Baker, Donelson, Bearman, or the Ku Klux Klan. No, we're here to serve them notice that their time has run out. Did you know, for instance, starting next week if we wanted to? Yes. Wake up. Under the Declaration of Independence, we have a legal and lawful right to throw these people out of office and restore our government back. Take the government back from this despotism government regime. Under the Declaration of Independence, it addressed what our duty is and legal, lawful right is to overthrow such terrorist people that's in there engaging in political corruption, injustices. Yes. This is why you all need this information that's in our social forums and on our website. Knowledge is key and powerful. The President of the United States, President Barack Obama, he has already been served with eviction. Yes, he has already been served with eviction. With a pink slip, gave him a pink slip, listing the reasons why. I was asking him to leave office. Him and his Ku Klux Klan law firm.